What's up? It's Jared Hood. Been a long time. Went off, did some other ventures, Don't know if I'm going to be making full videos or anything like that again, but football season's rolling around and there's been a lot of narratives going out and a lot of things. And, for those who know me, I just want to talk about them. So, welcome. If it's the first time you're ever watching a video of mine, I go on hiatuses. I come back in and out. But I do love doing this, and it's kind of always been something that's really centered me as a human being. So, and I just love talking sports. So, welcome. Really, this particular moment, I want to talk about Kyler Murray. Everyone's kind of making a big deal out of the clause. I understand it's a good talking point, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of different things that I think can go into contracts and clauses and this and that and the next thing. And the two things that came to mind when I was, processing everything for the last couple of days with this is, one, I expect an NFL quarterback to be already watching 4 hours of film, right? Like, sure, maybe not the 15 hours that maybe, we believe Peyton or Tom Brady might put in, but it's hard to believe that an NFL quarterback's not watching around 4 hours of film minimum every week. And right now, it's really easy to pile up because Kyler Murray had the worst game of his career on the biggest stage of his career. After having a really good season, and we all saw it, and that's the last thing, and it's a lasting memory. So it's kind of really easy, and the contract negotiations were a little this and that. So it's kind of really easy to take this and be like, oh, it's a huge problem. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things that, like, I look at it from his perspective. If that was something that he read in the clause, he might not have felt super, or in the contract before he signed it, he might not have felt super disrespected in the sense of if you were getting offered a pretty good bonus with an X amount of time extended to your life at your job, and you're already watching around that much film, you're probably not going to feel some kind of way that that's what they put in. Like, and looking at it from his particular perspective, they're offering him $250 million. Like, he's probably like, hey, if I'm not watching 4 hours of film, I can watch 4 hours of film. And if he's already watching 4 hours of film, he's probably like, well, I'm already watching 4 hours of film. Sure, great. You know what I mean? Like, what a great clause. Or I also look at it from one other perspective, and I feel like this is a little more far-fetched, I guess, but what if he was like, hey, you guys have me watching too much hours of film. What's your baseline? And they had to negotiate, and they fell in the middle, and he's like, yeah, 4 hours works for me if that works for you, and you can't get me in trouble for watching 4 hours, and no less type stuff, or no more type stuff. So that kind of stuff. So that, again, I'm not saying that's what it was either, because that is far-fetched. But at the end of the day, like, it's, to me, it became a bigger talking point. There's a lot of things in contracts that don't usually come out because we don't dig through these contracts the way that we possibly could. They're all pretty much public knowledge, and we could find all that stuff if we really wanted to. And I'm sure this might have opened the floodgates where it's a future thing that we do that. And teams will be a little more on their toes for it, I guess, and so will players. But again, it might have been a disrespectful thing from the Cardinals. I personally do not believe that it was that, or he took it that way, and he felt it. To me, from his reaction, it seems like he's a little more disrespected by everyone's reaction than it was really the clause itself. But yeah, at the end of the day, he had a great season last year, and that's why they got to where they are. And the last part of this whole Kyler Murray situation is Arizona Cardinals are on Hard Knocks. So I'm not saying it was a plant by the NFL, but crazier, right? Like, this could have just been some, hey, let's dramatize a little bit. Do you even care? It's already been a big fight, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that's what it is, but at the end of the day, it is kind of a soap opera for the NFL at times to push narratives and stuff like that. So always another far-fetched possibility, but possibility. So anyways, Jared Hood, definitely probably going to be talking some more ball here soon. Everything but football. Welcome football season and fans. So